birds in the trees. Tell them it is a breeze. As you can see, I do it with ease. Wanna make it them believe. That time that I came through and I got one for the boy. Now I'm for the ball out, step back, shoot for the score. One time for the one time, I'll rebound, I reground. In the meantime, I stack up, this win my reward. Motivation. All the hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation. Motivation.
And here we are at Cambrian Hall as the giant chandelier provides light for what should be a fantastic showdown. And next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Time for our tail of the tape. Antonio Tarver. The Magic Man, Antonio Tarver, of multiple light heavyweight world champions, including the WBA, WBC, and IBF. Alexander Usyk.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, hailing from Florida, here is the 3-time world champion, the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver. Fighting out of the blue corner.
We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good to go.
You couldn't buy a seat in this place. You'd be very lucky if you're ringside, but you know what? Watch it from home, you've got everything on a plate.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Good counter punch. Nice punch. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
Situations like this.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Usyk. I thought that was the end, but here we go again. Back into the fire.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
To be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That jab misses. Time they drop their guard, they get caught. Perfect punch. Punch, counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it was like two.
Here we go for round 2. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Punch scores. There's a counter shot. Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
You're right, Todd.
Did you see that? The big Ukrainian in big trouble. Beautiful counter shot. Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
It's that forever hope. You remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Beautiful counter punch. Nice counter. Nice counter shot. That counter shot lands. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Usyk might go down here. What an upset. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Beaten, bruised, and battered, but somehow he's still... There's the bell to start round 3. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. So much firepower here. It's all offense all the time. Those counter punches have to hurt. Good counter punching. How about that time counter shot? The bravery being shown here is just incredible. It's bombs away. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. These two fighters are made for one another. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Nice counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently? Back at it in round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Lucky that hook didn't score. Holding nothing back here in the round. When are we going to see a jab from these two? And he scores with the counter. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
that right hook. They both want the knockout. Every time he throws a punch, despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Tarver in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around? Time for the 5th round. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
No way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has... Did you see that? Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. And it's over! A home run swing, and that will do it here! We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin's standing up to... Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory? That is... Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout, that's an assassination! What a shot!
Only one, number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Straight in, more pain, so more gaining. Here I came in, guns blazing. At Raven, you get weighed in. Been training, sick of waiting. Some failing, not plain sailing. Entertaining, check the ratings. Let me out, I don't wanna be caged in. Yeah, I'm ready, who's next up? Pay attention now, yeah, your best luck. I like to warm up like a few jabs, and then I hit hard like a left hook. My style's unique, not textbook. Step to me, you get yourself messed up.
Hope you've passed your scuba license exam. We're underwater at the Atlantis. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure.
And here comes Heather, the Heat Party. Fights, of course, out of Brooklyn, New York, USA. If you've seen this one, super bad. Sanisa Estrada. She won the WBA minimum title in March of 2021.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Brooklyn, New York, presenting the WBO featherweight champion of the world,
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Oh, that jab had to hurt her. Beautiful counter punch. How about that time counter shot? Do you believe what we're seeing? Beautiful counter shot. A straight right just misses. She wasn't ready for that counter. Nice counter. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
She catches and counters. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. She throws a punch. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. As bad as boxing judging could be sometimes, there's no doubt. Here we go, it's round two. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little touch you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
Nope, that uppercut does not score. That counter shot lands. Gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot by her. A perfect counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. That hook won't score. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Estrada is hurt. A much better game plan here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What they did.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Oh no, not a good sign here for Seniesa Estrada. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round. Let's get it started in round three. Shot by her. Missing with the hook. Finally blocks the jab. Whoa, wait a minute! Sanisa Estrada is hurt. I thought that was the end, but here we go again! Back into the fire!
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back.
Oh, Johnny, take a look at this action! Oh no, not a good sign here for Sanisa Estrada. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
There's a counter shot. They both want the knockout. They exchange punches. Sanisa Estrada is hurt. Talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Here we go to the fourth round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Got the worst of that one, and she is backpedaling quickly. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Oh, no, not a good sign here for Sanisa Estrada. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Some nice exchanges from both women in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it? And the referee's going to allow them to fight. She needs to be careful that she doesn't punch herself out. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch, counter punch. Perfect counter lands. Did you see that? Sanisa Estrada is hurt. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. Oh, no, not a good sign here for Seniesa Estrada. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round. On to the 6th round. She's coming off a fantastic last round. Let's see what she's going to do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good job defending the jab. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. That one lands. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Nice counter shot. Well, Johnny, complete and total domination, a stoppage victory. How do you rate the performance?
Just like another like TKO, it's Teddy Pendergrass over. TKO is spot on.
I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo, I can't stand these rap boys, feel to eliminate all. I'm trying to raise this stack, boy, so tall that it might fall. Top striker, man, I lick off the goal, so anything I set, I achieve and more. Soon bring the man them on some kind of tour. Enough liquor bottles in my rider report. I don't know why they would step to the team, and I'll send man airborne like fly beat. Come like this as some sci-fi scene when I lace this magic on these type of beats.
And we are fighting in Atlantis. How about this crazy venue? Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
About time too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. It's King Ryan Garcia. Weighed in at 61. It's King Ryan Garcia, one of the most famous boxers the world over. The fastest hands in the game. They call him Flash. longer.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds.
What a pleasure it is to be here. And there's the bell for round 1. He's willing to go where the other fighter won't. Here's a scoring blow. A perfect counter lands. He threw a punch and just got countered. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
Can you imagine walking into this town, walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear your corner man whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. The straight right just misses. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Started out Garcia in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the...
On to the second round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
You're fighting a counter-puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter-punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
The straight right just misses. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important.
Let's get it started in round 3. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
quick punch stores. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. The counter punching. And he fails to score with that left hook. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
That counter shot lands. The straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Garcia in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Gets you focused back. Great one. I love that. I love that. That jab's slick. I don't give him anything. Go back and win the rounds, right?
On to the fourth we go. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. They both want a highlight reel knockout. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Perfect counter shot. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. They exchange punches. Nice counter shot. They're both trying for a knockout. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Wow, you know what? I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Good work. Don't forget the jab.
And there's the bell for round 5. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him up. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Nice counter shot. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Straight right just misses. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Nice counter. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. And he scores with the counter. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Garcia in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think right.
Let's start the sixth. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
There's a counter shot. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Catch and shoot. Holding nothing back here in the round. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. Started out Garcia in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, make it look so easy.
He's great. I love that. I love that. That jab's slick. Just come around, right? There's only one round that you've lost on.
Here we go. It's round 7. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Stamina is off the charts. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself himself out. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Punch, counter punch. That hook was off target. How about that time counter shot? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Garcia in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
This is when you talk about championship material.
You're much better than this, Dad.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good man. Good man.
Round 8, and we're off again. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Those counter punches have to hurt. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Good counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight? So this fight will continue. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Beautiful counter punch. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened, a unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, what a result.